Hello students, welcome back. Today we'll revise the subtopic. The heart is labeled as what is your left on a diagram is actually the right hand side and vice versa. The right side of the heart receives deoxygenated blood from the body and pumps it to the lungs. The left side of the heart receives oxygenated blood from the lungs and pumps it to the body. Blood is pumped towards the heart in veins and away from the heart in arteries. The two sides of the heart are separated by a muscle wall called the septum. The heart is made up of muscle tissue which is supplied with blood by the coronary arteries. The table shown here describes the muscular wall, septum, chambers, valves, and associated blood vessels in brief. Next, the structure of the heart, the right side and the left side of the heart. The red arrows indicate the flow of oxygenated blood, whereas the blue arrows indicate the flow of deoxygenated blood. We need to memorize the main parts of the heart, such as pulmonary artery, vena cava, right atrium, right ventricle, heart valve, left atrium, pulmonary vein, and the aorta. Let us now discuss the structure of the valves. The basic function of all valves is to prevent blood flowing backwards. There are two sets of valves in the heart. The atrioventricular valves separate the atria from the ventricles. The valve in the right side of the heart is called the tricuspid, and the valve in the left side is called the bicuspid. These valves are pushed open when the atria contract, but when the ventricles contract, they are pushed shut to prevent blood flowing back into the atria. The semilunar valves are found in the two blood arteries that come out of the top of the heart. They are unusual in that they are the only two arteries in the body that contain valves. These valves open when the ventricles contract, so blood squeezes past them out of the heart, but then shut to avoid blood flowing back into the heart. Next, let's revise the pathway of blood through the heart. Deoxygenated blood coming from the body flows into the right atrium via the vena cava. Once the right atrium has filled with blood, the heart gives a little beat and the blood is pushed through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. The valves of the ventricle contract and the blood is pushed into the pulmonary artery through the semilunar valve, which prevents blood flowing backwards into the heart. The blood travels to the lungs and moves through the capillaries past the alveoli, where gas exchange takes place. This is why there has to be low pressure on this side of the heart, as blood is going directly to capillaries which would burst under high pressure. Oxygen-rich blood returns to the left atrium via the pulmonary vein. It passes through the bicuspid valve into the left ventricle. The thicker muscle walls of the ventricle contract strongly to push the blood forcefully into the aorta and all the way around the body. The semilunar valve in the aorta prevents the blood flowing back down into the heart. In short, I have mentioned the outline of the pathway of blood through the heart, so it becomes very easy to memorize.